Hello everyone and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we have never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds where the slowest players get eliminated. Today's map is the third Cup of the Day made by Codewalt. Vanilla Paradise. This looks like a lot of fun. Except for that inner wall raid that I'm already seeing, which does not look like a lot of fun. Up, around... let's see. Oh, what? I'm confused. Go back under that. Okay. And then... okay. Ah, so a lot of kind of back and forth looping around itself here. I always like tracks that do that. First corner is probably going to mean a lot. That inner is also going to be important, but also getting out of the inner is going to be more important. And you're at 200 speed down there. Speed, or air resistance rather, caps your car at 200, so you will slow back down to 200. Which means speed is probably not a huge deal there. Okay, and then it's a little bit of a higher jump than that, but we'll get a finish. Oh, and you could probably do something like that if you're on a fast run. Not sure if that'll be worth it to cross all the way over the track, but maybe. Gonna be difficult not to smoke my tires on that first turn, or the second one. Don't want to be doing that either. Not sure if it's actually worth it to go wide on that first corner, so you get a little bit more banking. You do hit that 200 speed cap though. Man. This might be another steering limits day, guys. Line up very far to the left so you don't bounce coming into this corner. Oh, a little bit of a unity moment on the wall ride. That probably only happens if you're awkwardly two-wheeled at the middle of that turn. Probably, hopefully, that's only when that happens. Of course, I might be awkwardly two-wheeled there a lot, so who knows. Ideally would hit 200 speed at the bottom of that hill. And a little bit below the dots. Oh, the dots were pretty good, actually. And you might bounce on that final corner as well. And I think actually... I'm gonna say going off to the right is better than the left at the end, because you're not cutting across the track. Also, that's pretty rough to try to enter that, so probably not. And you would have to go up. Yeah, probably not. We'll keep an eye on what other people are doing. The most important part of this track, I think right now, is being on the left side coming into this corner, so that you're not bouncing as you're trying to set up that corner. And not cutting any corners too hard like that. That inner's not super friendly. Hard to tell. I'm just trying to figure out speed for that first corner. And coming out of that inner's not friendly either. This first corner, because if you watch like Froggy in front of me, they go a lot lower than I do. Well, not that time. I can't tell if I have more speed coming out of it, or if it even matters because we're over 200. I don't like that inner. That was nice and tight. The inner is brutal, man. Down 7 speed, but you hit that 200. So we're only down 1 speed there. And just try not to cut any of these corners. It's easy to do on the wall rides. Oh my goodness, this wall ride is just brutal. So the thing with the wall ride is it's faster because you're riding the inside of the wall instead of turning all the way around the corner. But the speed should even out because you're hitting 200. And you might still have a little bit more speed at the bottom of that hill. But it shouldn't be a huge deal. Given that there is now less than 4 minutes in the warm-up round, I am thinking about maybe doing some runs without the wall ride because I haven't seen the end very many times. Or I'll get some of the wall ride anyway. Do 11 at the bottom of that hill. Yeah, hitting the 200 there, hitting red numbers at the bottom there is about as good as you can hope for, I think. Little bit down coming off of those dots. Ooh, that was a kind of nice landing. Too nice, because I wasn't expecting it. And then doing that at the end. Not entirely sure what Zoman's talking about in chat. Hitting 205 speed at the bottom there. I'm actually up 2 speed, so that the speed does carry over a little bit. But I'm still not even 200 there. This is a hard map to figure out, I think, partially because of the speeds that are happening. Screw it, let's try this. No. Certainly feels like the inner is significantly better. It's just not very friendly. Somebody's passing me. It's Zoman. Down 6 speed at the end. Zoman goes left side, which I don't necessarily agree with. Just feels like extra distance traveled. And I think if you do it well, you should be hitting the finish just as low on the right side as you could on the left side. So there, that's probably what I want to be doing. Kind of feels risky in 2-minute rounds. Hit the 200 speed there. Down a tiny bit off of the dots. I had to arms up a little. The dots are pretty accurate. 43.1 is 3rd place, just behind Zoman, who is 4/10 ahead of Hydro. We're just talking about the inner. Thought that was pretty clearly faster, so I don't know if they're thinking of something else. Certainly don't like the inner. But we'll see what happens. 26 players in the lobby. Not very big lobby. Everybody that has a time in the 45s, at least. Not a lot of variance in times outside of, you know, Zoman. Hopefully this isn't another Zoman sweep cup. Oh, I actually loaded in ahead of people? That's unusual. I'm gonna take it safe by doing that exactly, yes. There's still time for 2 runs. Seems like Hydro and Shady Nick also failed the inner wall ride. Give me a good chance to watch one of the people who is faster than me. Hydro taking it safe. You are 206 speed at the bottom, so speed-wise it's not a huge difference, inner wall ride or not. 202 there, nice. Boy, players are a little laggy again. And Hydro also goes left. So about a 43.5 is once again 3rd place. Just enough time for one more reset right now. Guess I'll try the wall ride then, since I have the freedom to. Probably not how you want to take the wall ride. Let's see if I can catch anybody coming to the end here, because I'm curious about jumping off the left versus the right. Looks like nobody at all is coming to the end. There's Shady Nook coming in. Here's a few guys. Most of them jumping left. I'll have to try that, because you can jump lower there. But you are having to cross over the road. And I think with that wall ride piece, you get flung around to the right side pretty quickly if you take it very low. We'll have to see. A lot of DNFs, actually. Not expecting that many. Round 1 tends to be DNFs that get eliminated. Same 2 guys resetting in front of me this time around, so they must be the wall ride gang. Oh man, don't smoke tires, because you can hit one of those walls just like that. Zoman consistently 1st place. Solid. Ooh, little dangerous cutting that corner. Just 200, not even turning red, the speed number. I am the only person without a time right now, and this is my run. Don't Unity. Good. Hop off to the right. 43.8 is actually only 7th. 42.8 is the time by Zoman. Take a look at this ending again. So we've already got 40, needing 44s to get out of this round. Oop, Icarus the low jump there, but I believe they are safe. Not a lot of change happening at the bottom end of the leaderboard here. Hydro into the 42s. It's looking like Zoman and Hydro are the top 2 today. Not a lot of the regulars being here for this one. going for this inner on, ouch, on my first runs. Just because there is plenty of time to get 2 runs in, as long as I don't fail it again. Bit of smoke there. Still 211 speed. Very high speed track for sure. We don't get many 200 plus speed maps in Cup of the Day. A little bit of weird arms up tech moving me around in the air. Okay, please get the finish. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, here we go. God, that would have been embarrassing. That Direct's having a little bit of a bounce there as well on the inner. Solid run so far. Not beautiful, but... Okay, and that was not a great finish either, but that will be just safe. Already, pretty much needing 43s to get out. A couple people in the 44s making it through. A scary 3 elimination round for me. This cup is going very fast because of there being only 26 players in it. I do at some point need to still try that jumping to the left at the finish. I guess we're not inner wall riding. The smoke dropped me down to 204 speed. Still 199 there. And trust in there not being a unity bounce. Bottom of that hill. Okay, cool. Death finish. Sick. The old level 5. It's only a 0.9. I don't know if I love the left side finish. Zoman attempting the inner. A lot of people attempting and failing the inner. I will reset. And I need to be taking that first corner tighter also. Just afraid of smoking tires. Not risking anything. Should be able to beat my time without the inner. 2 more speed at the bottom of the hill. Not sure how much that's going to carry. Still up a couple speed. Might need this time. Okay, that was a bad finish. Still improved though, better than the bounce finish. So still 44s, the elimination zone, into the top 10, 2 eliminations per round. Hydro takes the lead, so Zoman does not get the clean sweep. Guess I'll try the inner. Okay. Interesting, full inner. Did not love. Still seeing people resetting with me, so obviously a lot of people having trouble. It was pretty clean. Still just hitting 211 speed. Wagi still tries the inner on the second attempt. Renergy does not. There is something to be said for the consistency of not attempting that inner. Wonder if there's some inconsistency with the bounce at the bottom of that as well. I'm struggling with that ending. Be consistent, no inner here. Hardly any smoke on the tires. Barely didn't crash into the wall. That's good. It means I took the straightest line possible through there. Let's go for the left side finish because I think that's more consistent. Yeah, pretty good. 0.3. Oh, there's an AFK. Perhaps I should try that. Froggy DNFs with what I saw was multiple failed attempts at the inner. 44 is still the elimination times, but everybody else, 43.6 was the next lowest in 8th place. Nice inside line that time. Very clean turn along the inside without getting the inner. Cool, jumping over a couple people going around the turn underneath me. One thing about the left side is you can see the bottom of the finish ring when you come around that corner. It makes it a little bit easier to aim that finish. Let's hit this inner. Wow, that was so tight to the inside. I might need this time. I am out. I am just barely out. 2 hundredths to Quick Racer. Alex potentially DNF'd, it looks like. 7th place, not what I was hoping for when I set 3rd place in the warm-ups with I think a 0.1, so that's a bit disappointing that I was never able to match that. Still 4th on GTR. Hydro looking pretty good out there. Into the top 6 single eliminations. This is probably a good time to point out that the previous 2 Codewalt Cup of the Days had ties in the finals. Tied times in the finals. Of course, this game tracks further than 3 decimals. And so we were able to figure out a winner, but interesting to see if this will happen a 3rd time. Hydro and Ronan, the only 2 continuing on their first runs. I liked some of the lines from Hydro there. Aggressive cut down coming off of that wall red. They will come around to the finish on their first attempt. Both to the left. Low jumps, Hydro, I think, clipping the bottom of the finish ring. Hard to say. Let's see, some people jumping over others here. Renergy not going for the inner wall ride. Agix the next to come to the finish line. Low jump into the finish ring. Not what you want to see there. Finish proving to be quite risky if you want to take it as low as possible. Quick Racer does make it in. Slowest time set so far, but it is a time when only 3 have been set. Let's take a look at Zoman. Zoman needs a time. Has been the favorite for most of this cup, but Hydro did win the last round. Zoman does need a finish. Can't take this ending too aggressively. 185 speed is very good there. And low jump into the finish, 777. Lucky time there for Zoman. Renergy and Agix still without times. Agix crashed into the finish ring on his last attempt. This time, taking it much safer, going up and passing Quick Racer. Renergy comes to the finish as well. Again, a fairly safe finish, and it is not enough. So Renergy is out. Quick Racer squeaks through. 43.4 eliminated. A lot of close times in this third to down to me at 7th. Definitely feels like Zoman and Hydro are a step above as long as they don't make any mistakes. 5 left, all of them loading in at slightly different times, so we can kind of see how they're doing. Ronan and Hydro go for the inner and get it kind of cleanly. Hydro had a moment, it looks like. He survived it with good speed and is now overtaking Ronan into the tube. Zoman and Quick Racer following. I think Hydro jumps down a little bit coming out of the tube. Zoman now passing Ronan as well. Quick Racer lagging behind a bit. Looking like, once again, Hydro and Zoman. Zoman's actually about to pass Hydro too, but doesn't quite get there. Hydro winning by a very small margin at the moment. Elimination, though, is what is important. Agix goes flat coming out of that tube and gets a pretty good landing with it. That might actually be the strategy. I do like that move from Agix. Does set a 43.1, so Ronan in trouble. Ronan is at the start right now, and this will be his last attempt coming to the pivotal inner wall ride corner. Is going to go for it. A bit risky, but gets it good, gets out of it well. 205 speed is not perfect at the bottom, but this is still a good run. Nice little cut coming off of that. Only 199 at the bottom of that hill. I want to see people coming to the end. Oh, well, everyone's already came through the end. Hydro improves to 8.6. Ronan following his dots out of the tube. A little bit of a bounce. I do not think this is a good run. Only 179 speed at the end. And 43.2 is the final time for Ronan. Eliminated in 5th. Hydro, Zoman, Quick Racer, and Agix, the top 4. So Zoman was putting out down the 0.5s. 5.86 is his personal best. I thought he was fairly consistent with times near that early on, but he has seemed to lost a little bit of that consistency. Hydro, however, has picked it up. Making this battle in the top 2 very interesting. 2 early resets that time on the very first corner. Zoman goes for the inner, Agix does not, but the consistency's paid off for Agix so far. Zoman does get it well, though, as we can watch kind of both groups, actually, from here. Inner for Hydro and not for Quick Racer. Crossing through this intersection again. We'll keep an eye on people coming out of the tube. Pretty solid landings. To the ending, Agix a little bit high on the wall. Both going for the low jump, and there's the 42.6. Zoman picking up that time that I was saying he was able to get. Quick Racer currently in trouble with the 0.4. Hydro 3 thousandths off of Zoman. Could we get another tie in the finals today? That would certainly be something. 3 Codewalt maps with 3 ties. Just seeing what people are doing on this wall ride. Hydro gets through it this time. Agix once again not going for the wall ride, and Quick Racer on his final attempt, very tight on the tan inside line, but not in the wall ride. Following Zoman through here, 205 speed. Try to watch Agix as well. Definitely quite the gap between 2nd and 3rd place, as has been the case for most of this cup. We're seeing now, oh! That was a Unity bounce, I think, for Quick Racer. Unfortunate. That is a pretty tough landing sometimes. I wasn't having the greatest of times through there myself. And it seems like Quick Racer has been hit by Unity. coming to the end there. So Quick Racer out in 4th place. Agix with his first podium in this Cup of the Day. Unfortunately, I think it ends here unless Zoman or Hydro makes a massive mistake, as Zoman improves his time 1/100th off of Hydro. Yeah, Quick Racer saying he didn't do the inner once, and Agix is not doing it either. Not sure if that's where the time Hydro and Zoman are picking up, or if they're just smoother around the rest of the track. Agix, however, the consistency, there's something to be said for consistency. We're going to see Zoman do his second attempt at the inner. Did not have a good time the first time around. Does well that time as Hydro jumps over him coming out of the tube. Low jump. Oh, actually not the greatest low jump to the end. 42.8 for Hydro. Agix with the low jump. Third round in a row that he's been a 43.2, I believe. Zoman, his third attempt now at the inner. 206 speed is good. He also does not need to be anywhere near the time he usually gets, because Agix is kind of maxing out at 43.2. Zoman and Hydro certainly in a league of their own today. As long as he doesn't get Unity bounced here, he does not. 183 is not the fastest speed I've seen from Zoman at the end, but it should be good enough. Low jump into the finish. 0.8, once again, very close between Zoman and Hydro. Hydro going to be around the last one to finish. Agix in the final corner. Low jump into the finish does not improve, so Agix is out. Hydro will see if he can improve at the end, and does not. Zoman, Hydro in the finals. Two very close times the past few rounds, and like I said, Codewalt finals, they tend to be something special. Good performance by Agix, outlasting the rest of us in the low 43s, as you can see on the standings here. Zoman and Hydro, however, consistently into the 42s. Both of them can do 0.5s. Both of them only 0.8s that time around. We'll see what they can do in the finals. See if some of these wall rides or the Unity bounce comes to catch them. Either Zoman, a little bit of a two-wheel around that first corner, but continuing with this run. Both players get the wall ride well. 206 speed for Zoman at the bottom. Pretty similar with Hydro. I get the feeling Zoman's catching Hydro a little bit. It's hard to tell. Slightly different entrances to the tube. Zoman goes a little bit higher, basically just follows the dots. Both of them with a little bit of arms up to make sure they get a good landing. Zoman, I do think, looks a little bit faster, but Hydro got a very good low jump at the end, and it turns out Zoman not faster. 5.98 from Hydro is close to world record. Zoman's going to need to improve on that time. We know Zoman can. 0.54 for Hydro, 0.55 for Zoman are the best times. Hydro resets. Zoman taking that risky wall ride, but making it work for him. 207 speed, very good for Zoman. We're going to keep an eye on Hydro coming around this wall ride as well. This is final run for Hydro. Oop, and Unity's out of it, so it's all up to Zoman now. Hydro could get another win here. Zoman could as well. Many wins for Zoman, 2 for Hydro in Cup of the Days. Is Zoman on a time that will improve? And he does with the world record snipe. 0.436 for Zoman. Over a tenth faster than the world record, and that is going to be another Cup of the Day win for Zoman. Congratulations, Zoman. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see Cup of the Day stats and results, I will post a link to my spreadsheet in the description below. If you want to join Cup of the Day, join the CTR Discord, which will be posted in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.